What if I told you you can increase your streams by over 1,000% without having to post any of the content that you think you have to post? In this video, I'm gonna teach you how I use other people's content to grow my music from 0 to 70K in a matter of months. One day last year, I was just looking at my Spotify page and I had about 200 monthly listeners, maybe 150. And I just thought, I feel like the music I'm making deserves so much more love than that. All my stuff sounds great and I know it can connect. I just don't want to become a content creator. It's just not who I am. Even though I'm making this video, I'm more of an introvert. I really don't like to talk and make content that I don't find helpful to other people. I just don't want to make content for the sake of making content like, hey, look at me, listen to my song. That's just not the type of person I am. It feels weird to me. So I had run Facebook and Instagram and YouTube ads in the past, but for some reason, I never had success. But nowadays, Instagram Reels is where a lot of people find new music. So getting on there is actually a great way to grow your music. Even though some people are against ads, I'm telling you, it's a great way to grow your music. And I'm gonna teach you a way where you can grow not only on Instagram, but YouTube, Spotify, all of them at once. Just with one ad, you can go on all of them at once without having to make any content. If that sounds good, let's get into it. Before I get into the specifics of what I did, the main thing you need to have is a good song. If you need any help mixing and mastering your song, I have a link down below. If you just want to talk to me about how to improve your song, or if you want me to actually mix and master your song completely, I could do that too. So click the link below. I also have courses on vocal mixing, mastering and all that stuff. So if you don't have the money, you can learn how to do it yourself. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that before we get into specifics, because if your song doesn't sound good, then most likely this isn't gonna work. I'm just gonna be honest. So now let's get into the rest. The first thing you gotta do is find the genre and vibe of your song. And if you're someone where you're like, well, my song doesn't fit in a genre, well, find an artist that sounds somewhat like what you're doing. Just find the closest thing to what you're doing. And if you can't find an artist or a genre, the next best thing you can do is just find the vibe. Think about what you would do when you're listening to this song. Would you be in the car? Would you be playing a sport? Would you be crying about a breakup? Would you be, falling in love? I'm also gonna talk about a tool that could be really helpful when it comes to this. So actually the website we're gonna use to find the genre of your song if you're really having trouble is SubmitHub. We're actually gonna talk about SubmitHub later. So make sure you make an account on SubmitHub because that's gonna be really important later. I'm gonna put in one of my old songs called In Chains that's out now. I'm gonna upload this. And it's basically just gonna analyze it and give you a couple of genre ideas. So for me, it gave me indie pop, new wave, gothic, dark wave, industrial, and then post-punk. So write all of these down and make sure you remember them because they're gonna be super important on the next step. The next step is to open TikTok and then search the genres that your song is. So for me, I searched post-punk and I tried to find videos that don't have any text on them. So this video is good. It doesn't have any text on it for like 11 seconds. Here's another one that doesn't have any text on it. So these are great candidates. So what you're gonna wanna do is download it. For my song Pain in My Headphones, it was more a 2010s pop type of vibe. And if you listen to it, you can really hear that it's a 2010s pop type of vibe, right? So once you have that vibe, I go to TikTok and I look up 2010s pop, right? Or 2010s music. And the video I ended up settling on was this. It has text, but the text actually fits the song. 2010s better than any era, I don't care. But there's also space there so I can put my own text. Make sure there's space to put your own text. That's a crucial step. So make sure you have that right. And what I did is I just copy this link, paste it on Snaptic, download. So then you download it to your computer. So once you have them downloaded, you're gonna wanna make them into your ads. And I'm gonna show you 2 examples of ads that I've run that have done really well for me. For the next step in making the ads, I'm gonna open CapCut on my phone, and I'm just gonna show you what I did to make a couple of these ads. So the first thing you wanna do is put your song over the video and find the best part of the song. And remember, the ad is only gonna be 15 seconds. You see? So I put my song In Chains over the video. And the next thing you wanna do is add the text and put for fans of, and the genres or the artist that we found in step 2. So for me, I put post-punk and dark wave because those were the 2 genres we found. So yeah, that's basically it. You can add some filters here and there if you want to spice it. But let me get into another example for another ad that I did that did really well. For my song Pain in My Headphones, this is just another ad. As you can see on the bottom, I put for fans of Barely Human, Romance Planet, and 2010's pop. So basically, I put in artists that I felt like were similar or fans of them would like this song. And I also put a little bit of an animation on it just to make it more engaging. But as you can see, I just leveraged other people's virality and associated it with my song. So people put that connection in their mind to associate your song with an already viral clip. And it makes the ads do so much better. I guarantee it. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to just how to make the ads. It's super simple. You really don't have to do that much work. So now let's get into how to actually run the ads. So let's get into the next step. So the next step you're gonna wanna do is actually go to Submit Hub. So you're gonna wanna click on Free Tools and click Links. And then what you're gonna wanna do, as you can see, my Pain in My Headphones links has 6,514 clicks. This is super important because without this step, Facebook won't be able to collect any of the data that you have. I'm gonna show you the nuts and bolts of this. So title it the name of your song. The link is just gonna be, Submit Hub /link/Pain in My Headphones. And then you're gonna wanna add the links. So add the link on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Those are the 3 that I did. The main thing that you need to know from this step is it says title of link optional, but I like to title them with what they are. So Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. The cool thing about this is for YouTube, you can actually link music videos, so people that click on it will actually run up your music video as well. Even though I wasn't running it on the lyric video the whole time, if I were to click on my page, the song has 6.5K just there, but the lyric video, once I switched it to that, got 5K in about a month, just from running ads on that. In addition to the 70 on Spotify and the 10 on Apple Music, it got all of this on YouTube, so it grows all of them at the same time, which is really cool. So once you do that, just create the link, and that's gonna be important later. Yeah, now let's move on to Facebook. This is where I'm gonna show you the actual nuts and bolts behind what I did in the campaign. So I have my ad manager open, and this is my Pain in My Headphones campaign, so I'm gonna open it and edit it real quick. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I did behind it. So buying tab, you're gonna wanna go auction, and then campaign objective, you wanna go engagement. And then once you move on to the ad set, this is where things get a little bit more different. So make sure you have performance goals set to maximize number of conversions. And then the conversion event is gonna be view content, okay? The data set is gonna be your pixel. And if you need help creating a pixel, there's videos on that on the internet. Just look up how to create pixel. Your daily budget, I recommend starting between maybe 10 to 30, depending how much money you want to spend and how quickly you want to spend it. And you can set the start and end date of your campaign so you don't go over your budget. So these are the lists of countries I targeted. So it had Austria, Australia, Belgium, Bulgaria, Belarus, Canada, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Germany, Estonia, Spain, Finland, France, United Kingdom, Hungary, Ireland, Italy, Spain. So I don't like targeting countries like Indonesia or India or certain countries where there's a lot of fake streams, so you'll get a lot of bots on your stuff. These countries have given me really good results where I have, good amounts of likes, good amounts of, engagement, where people are actually following my account and I'm getting DMs and stuff like that, so I know they're real people. which is super important. The age, I always leave it 18 to 65 in all genders to leave it as broad as possible, because Facebook will actually optimize the campaign to find the people that, you know, connect with your music. And then the advantage detail targeting, and this is where the genres we talked about before are gonna come in. That's why it's important to know artists in your genre. Even if you only know a vibe, try to find some artists that are kind of close to you, because that will really help. I start off with interest as Spotify, and then you do a qualifier and must also match. And this is where the genre stuff comes into play. So I picked electro pop, Kesha, Lady Gaga, who are both 2010s pop artists. Pop music, which obviously is the broad one that, you know, kind of encompasses overall pop fans. And then Machine Gun Kelly, Lil Peep, and emo. I did that because a lot of emo fans are actually fans of hyperpop music. So I wanted to target them by targeting, you know, people that might be associated with them, like Lil Peep, who are underground younger fans who I know are into genres like hyperpop and emo and stuff like that. And the song kind of has a little bit of an emo vibe to it. So that's my reasoning behind targeting. Yours is gonna be completely different. It depends. If you're a rap artist, you might choose Future or Drake. But the thing about it is these targeting demographics are not like all encompassing. You can't just type in, for example, I can't just type in Tu Hollis, who's like a poppin' artist right now. See, nothing will pop up. You have to target people who are kind of already in the system. So Drake is here, but for example, certain people might not be in there. So you have to find the people that are in here that are also match what you're trying to do. And it could be genres, it could be people, could be events. For example, let's say you make rave music. So people who are into raving would actually be into your song. So it could be stuff like that as well. Or people who are into EDM festivals, or people who are into that, they could be into your song. So that's another thing you can do. Languages, I leave it at all languages. Make sure you have your Instagram hooked up and your payment information hooked up. Again, there's videos on that on the internet that you can find. I'm by no means an expert on that side of stuff. I'm just teaching you what I did on this. The main thing on placements is to click manual placements. So I clicked only Instagram stories and Instagram reels. It's gonna tell you to do something else. Trust me, this is the best thing you can do. And then after that, you're gonna wanna move on to the ad itself. Hook up your Instagram account. Make sure it's hooked up to the right Instagram account. Upload your ad. As you see, my ad is uploaded right here. Single image or video, and then put your website URL. Once you put your website URL and you're connected through your pixel on SubmitHub, it'll send all the data in and it will optimize it. You can also, if you are experimenting with different videos, for example, you made this same video, but you put 2 different parts of your song, you can create a copy of this and put that other version as a separate ad, and it will determine which one fits better. You don't have to create a whole different campaign. You can create a copy ad by clicking here, duplicate, and then it will duplicate it, and you can replace this video with the other video, and it will automatically optimize it. For call to action, I always put listen now. Tracking is the same pixel that you put on SubmitHub. Make sure it matches this pixel, make sure. And then that's it. You click publish and you start running the ads. And then just wait 2 to 3 days to let the data come in and see if it's doing well. If it's not doing well, you can try different videos. But before you do that, I would experiment with 1, the part of your song, the same video with different parts of your song, so then you can know which part of your song people connect with more. The second is the text on the video. Is the text right? So instead of for fans of this, maybe try for fans of something else, or maybe put for a late night drive, or for example, romantic songs to add to your playlist. And then the third thing I would experiment with is the actual video or TikTok video itself. Try to find something else, maybe 2 or 3 things. You saw how easy it is to make them. Find 2 or 3 different videos and then switch them. And if it doesn't work, don't panic. I've had ad campaigns that didn't work. It's just because maybe your song just isn't connecting at that time, but it's okay. In other videos, I'll address YouTube ads, which have a lot more specific targeting, where we can target specific artists, specific videos, where your song, which is a little more niche, might have more success. But for people with more mainstream or people who can find the right targeting, this is gonna have really good results for you. So those are the 3 things I would experiment with if things aren't going well. But I honestly think this is gonna work because it's worked for me not only once, but maybe 3 to 4 times on 3 different songs from completely different genres: pop, post-punk, EDM. So I really have confidence that it works because I've done it with different genres. So yeah, I just wanted to share this stuff with you guys, and I hope it's helpful in some way to you guys. And if you guys need help with more marketing, I do consultations, so click the link below. If you need help with any of this and you want someone to talk about it with, I'm happy to do that. I also mix and master, so if your song needs help and it just needs a little bit of touches to make it sound pro before you start running ads, I also do that. And if you just need help with vocal mixing or templates and any of that stuff, I also have that down below. So all of that, those courses are completely free. If you guys want any mixing tips, mastering tips, marketing tips, or stuff about, you know, the mind and spirit of a creative, those type of videos are going to be on this channel. So subscribe, and there's going to be more coming. And I look forward to working with you guys and having you guys grow your music